You are now watching No Adults Allowed podcast. I'm your host, Baby T Rizzle.
Hey, my bro over here going crazy. What's up, y'all? I'm Heavenly 2 times. I'm the new vibe in town. We finna get into this podcast with Kaionta.
Yeah, that's me. That's all me. Yeah, we here at the No Adults Allowed podcast with my boy, Baby T Rizzle.
Thanks, man.
And we got Heavenly 2 times. New vibe in town.
You gonna do my host like that? You know what I'm saying? You gave me energy. You need to give her more energy. I know she a new vibe in town, but I hate to jump you over her.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? I give her the same
energy. You
energy.
got energy, she got that mellow energy. So
no, but still, you know what I'm saying? The way you hype me up, you need to hype her up.
Man, watch out real quick. You gonna give me some of that energy. That's what we like.
All right, thank you. So let's get into, you know what I'm saying, this interview. Let's talk about your business, Keychain Karnival. You know what I'm saying? It's more based on math because I heard your story. You know, it's when you was young, you didn't really get math, so you made it hands-on for people like me because I don't get math for the fullest. I'll be in class, the teacher be like, what's 1 + 1? I'll be like, yeah, I do that. And then me going into your summer program because you went to my summer camp, Better Family Life, and me doing your program hands-on, you made me more like math. So let's get into that.
So basically the whole precipice of my business. So I was running Keychain Karnival for 10 years. I started roughly when I was 7. My mom was teaching her math class, and she got bored of teaching the same thing, so she had her students make keychains. So, like, as a 7-year-old kid, I was like, man, we want to learn some math, man. I want to make these keychains. So that's what I did. But, you know, every time I went to the store, I started asking her for stuff. She was like, that's crazy. I don't think I'm going to get you that Ben 10 watch. And I was heated. But she told me, she was like, why don't you just make the keychains itself? So I was like, all right. I mean, I don't know nothing about business, so why not? So went to the Kwanzaa. I was like, what? Yeah, 7. I went to the Kwanzaa, made over $200 in like the first 2 days of the Kwanzaa. So that was like really big for a 7-year-old kid. And eventually, over the years, I started making more keychains. I started to get more creative. Right. And then in 2017, I wrote a book. So I brainstormed it because I didn't know what the jump would be from making a business to writing a book. And mom was like, all right, let's just write a book then. Came from the math class, make a math activity book. Because what math activity books don't got arts and crafts and math along with it? Because I'm pretty sure y'all just see straight math books in school and it just be strictly paper.
I mean, like a thick book.
Like, we went to the same school. Yeah. Math was hard. All paper. Nothing fun about it.
It was not an easy school.
It's really not, man.
It was so
Miss Owens.
Yeah,
Miss Owens is on our head. But that whole point, the whole precipice, I was like, okay, over the years, I got used to learning how to do math since my mom was a math teacher, so I really had no other choice but to get better at it. And I was like, well, I know there's a lot of kids that don't know how to do the basics of math. So I was like, let me go ahead and just brainstorm this book, whip it up, and then we got it published in Juneteenth of 2020. And after that, we just been pushing to be in schools. We teaching in Normandy school districts right now. And just like he said, for the Better Family Life program, we went to his summer camp, and we was teaching there for about the remainder left of the summer camp. And it was actually dope because everybody got to make keychains or whatever the case may be, and everybody got to learn, like, what's the basis behind making a simple keychain. Because people be like, man, I don't know how to do a fraction. What you mean you don't know how to do a fraction? You never ate pizza? Like, you ate your 7 slices, you ate 1.
I ain't gonna lie, fractions kind of hard for me too, so you gotta get on my head too.
Yeah, fractions was the worst. I hate it. I absolutely hated fractions, decimals.
Anything with numbers.
You just have to go to Live for Life.
Bro, I'm not even gonna front with you, bro. Y'all think I had it rough in learning math. I was sitting up in Breadco, 8 o'clock at night with my mom with like laminated sheets of literally like keywords of math and like having me learn how to do adding, subtracting, fractions, multiplying, dividing. I'm sitting.
You had it.
I'm 10 years old. Why am I sitting in Panera eating this drop PB and J learning math? Like, no, I want to go home.
That's a +1 though. Like, that's a +1.
What do you mean?
I feel as if that is awesome. I wish my parent had me in Breadco at 8 o'clock at night.
But Breadco. It couldn't be McDonald's.
No.
You thought it was bad? My mom literally took me to summer camp and literally gave me a math activity book to the people.
Oh man, I bet they looked at you like you was crazy.
Bro, I was trying to go outside. I was trying to have fun. They was like, no.
Have fun later.
Your mom straight said, sit down right here. Do these multiplication problems for an hour. I said, yeah, mine. And I may have gotten intentionally kicked out of that camp because I did not want to be wasting an hour of my time.
Okay, so think about it. Like, look at where you are now.
True.
That's a plus one.
It is
Off rip. Like,
it is an advantage because you do have a lot of people. You do have a lot of kids that's like our age and younger that don't have the parents that give the facilities to teach kids
And don't
or
catch on like
willing to
this.
spend the time with them and actually try to learn along with them. So I mean, obviously, yeah, it's a plus one. But I mean, as a little kid, I wasn't tripping off that.
I mean, you're
I
in
was trying to have
though.
fun.
What 10-year-old don't want to be in bread code at 8 o'clock at night?
Oh my gosh.
That's real
2 times.
therapeutic.
The only time you go to
Real
bread,
therapeutic. Bread code 8 o'clock at night as a 10-year-old.
No,
bro. The
No,
only
2
time you
times.
go to bread code is when you're picking up yourself a blueberry bagel or a muffin. That's
bread
it.
code is for studying. I absolutely love bread code. Like I can go to bread code, study.
It's quiet too.
Quiet, yes. It's
I studied at the
vibe,
library.
therapeutic.
Man, I studied at the
I
library.
hate the library.
Yeah, it is kind of loud because all you hear
It's
is
too
doors,
cold.
doors,
It's
books,
too
books.
cold in the library.
I ain't even
hate
gonna
the
front.
library.
She is right about the cold library.
It's way too cold in the
But I
library.
swear, it's like every time I studied at the library, I always like I learned so much. Like even when I had to study for Malone's final. Oh my God, I was up for days studying.
I was up for days.
I was up for days studying.
Like
Yeah.
Malone,
The test was
he
like
gonna
this
stress you out.
big.
One thing about it, he gonna stress you out. You
So
gonna
that's
have
the teacher y'all talking about?
Yeah, he used to stress us out,
to-
right?
So, so for me, I know it may have been, was it ever, well, I actually wrote a book also. So, during the internship, it was kind of like hectic. Like you had to make sure you get a certain amount of journal entries in by a certain time. So how was that for you when you wrote your math book? Or like, was there ever a time you got discouraged or like, felt down about it and felt like
Like I'm
you
just
can't
about
do
to
it?
give up and I'm about to just throw this away.
I'm not even gonna front. I mean, like I said, it was kind of a jump from just making keychains to writing a book. Cause I mean, as a little kid, I wrote like small stuff. Like I always found a way to like write small stories or like write lyrics and stuff like that. But like writing a full-on book, I couldn't wrap my head around it because I'm like, what am I supposed to write? What am I supposed to
Where do
do?
you start? Yeah.
And I kind of, me and my mom was just like basically back and forth brainstorming it. And I was just like, man, I don't even know. And there was times when I sat there, I was like, oh my God, like, am I really finna write this book, bro? I was like, this junk is too difficult. But then we started to get a lot of help because, I mean, it doesn't take one person to raise a kid. It takes a whole village.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to come in and take the time to help us, it was very beneficial for both of us because we both didn't know how to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to give us the opportunities and the information and the knowledge to know, he was like, oh yeah, this should be a breeze. And we just finished it right off the bat. And not even gonna lie, I thought it was gonna take longer than 3 years. But it took 3 years.
3 years just to write that book?
It took 3 years to get it like written. We had to get things copyrighted. It was a plethora of things. Like man, we had to make sure that our stuff. We had to make sure like certain things wasn't copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
So if we used it,
If you
then
use the
we
word-
don't get sued. Basically,
Right.
so we had to like keep checking it almost every single day to make sure that nobody didn't buy out this tag, so we can use it. And if we used it, we would get sued. So we had to keep checking. Eventually, we paid for it to get it tagged. So now it's ours.
Yeah. Now
So-
you don't have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
so it was a process. It was a mad process.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, the sleepless night. I know. I mean, I'm a kid, so obviously I got tired. But my mom be up for like days, like setting stuff up, and I'd be like, dude, you need to go to sleep. Like I know you hard working.
We don't
Like
sleep. Nothing comes to a sleep.
I'm like, take a nap at least.
It's all 24/7 over here.
Damn.
Yes. So like it's the saying, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. Keep that in mind.
Mm.
Nothing. No sleep.
Okay,
No sleep.
okay.
No time to sleep. You sleep when you dead.
Yeah.
I heard.
But 2 times it.
Yeah.
I heard literally, it was something that I heard a couple months ago, and they were saying that when you need to get work done, you don't go to sleep. You go to sleep when you get your work done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I took that to such an initiative because like I was up doing work, and
I'm gonna put that in my
I
notes.
literally just like for some reason I was like, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to sleep. And for some reason I was like, you ain't done yet though. And when I finished, bro, I had the best sleep. I had the best rest.
This is like college. When I went to college, you just had to make sure you party later. Get all your work done
Oh,
first and do that
yeah.
later.
I
Whether if it was a party, you want to go just for a walk, make sure
Right.
your work is done first.
Cause that show was like, man, when I go off to college, I'm like, hey,
It's gonna be easy.
I already know I'm finna be chilling. I was like, I already know I'm finna be chilling. I'm finna get everything prepared, get everything straightened out, have a full-on regimen.
Mm-hmm.
And once I get all this junk done, I'll be like a well-oiled machine. Get out of class, get work done, do what I gotta do. Simple as that.
Please keep the mindset.
So I got a good question for you. So, you starting this business, how did the school life, you know what I'm saying, interfere with your business life?
Oh, school? Oh, man.
Was it hard for you?
I don't really think it was school life. It was me trying to live my life and trying to run a business at the same time.
Did you have to grow up fast?
Oh, man. There was a lot of things that I had to mature fast in. Like, talking, like, being able to, because, like, we from St. Louis. We got all the slang we can throw out in one sentence. But, like, at this point, we, like, for me, I've spoken so much that I just, like, had the ability to articulate my words for, like, if I'm talking to somebody that I don't know that's, like, a stranger. And, like, or talking to somebody that's, like, important, like, dead serious. Like, I have to, like, be formal with it. And at the same time, you got to talk like how you talk with your friends. And then also how you talk with your mom and with your parents. So it's so many things that I had to mature in, like responsibilities, time management. Like, I shouldn't even have to worry about that, but when I got thrown in the world of business, I was like, bro, I got to learn how this jump way fast. I got to pick up on it so much. And, like, I'm a fast learner, but I was like, man, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders when you're doing all of this at just such a young age.
Yeah, I want to kind of, like, piggyback on what you said, like, when you were saying you have to, like, you know, it's the way that you talk to people. Like, a lot of times, oftentimes, our people or our, you know, in our age range, they call it talking proper.
Yeah.
But really is the proper way to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
our code switching.
Yeah, it's really how you actually say the words versus, like, you know what I'm saying, there and there, you know?
Right.
Like, this is the proper way to talk, so I like that. Also, I have a question on self-confidence. How did you gain self-confidence with working with younger children? Like, were you scared when you first started doing it because you're like, I don't want to fail them? Because I know I'm big on not failing people. Like, I would never want to fail someone in something that I'm trying to teach. I'm
not even going to front. The first gig that I had where I had to actually teach was his summer camp.
Wow. Okay.
That junk had me nervous because I didn't want to be boring. I didn't want to be lame. I didn't want to put nobody to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I'm like, what do I need to do to get them to, you know, be relaxed, be chill. Y'all can have a good time. This ain't we just not coming in, you know, all right, everybody, we're going to need you guys to sit down, take your pencils.
I ain't gonna lie, when y'all first did that, I was like, forget this. But then you started getting.
Eventually, because I told my mama, I was like, these my people. Okay, I was like, these my generation. Okay, I know how they gonna feel.
What's up, bestie?
They gonna think it's schoolwork, and they gonna be like, man, whoop all this. This whack. But I was like, nah. We gonna fix that real quick. So, you know, I had to talk to all of them.
Yeah.
I had to get along with all of them. And eventually, you know, we ended up like having conversations and stuff. We was over having conversations about stuff that wasn't even school related.
Yeah.
Just talking, just to talk, so we can get a feel out for each other.
Yeah, and
that's how it worked. And that's how I was able to like get used to, like, you know, because it's different from like teaching kids that are little kids than teaching kids that are
generation.
Like roughly 13 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people 13 and up, they think they grown. And I'll be like, you 14, you ain't grown. We need you to sit down.
That kind of ties back into like self-confidence, like I was saying. Like, for me, I always try and, like, you know, keep it in my head, like, you know, you got this. No matter if they 2, 3, like, I can literally, you know, speak and, you know, get someone to smile just by having self-confidence. Right. You know, that's why kind of why they call me the Dupa.
Right. If I can make something work and it works, I'm gonna stick with it. Obviously, I'm gonna bump it up even more to, you know, make it even more fun. But gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
It's just you. Always be yourself. No matter if you know, don't try and, you know, I'm just gonna impress them. No, just always be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know, confident level up there. You know what I'm saying? Always.
Man, I'm not even on front. There's too many times where I'm battled with self-confidence.
Yeah.
Because I sit there and be like, huh.
You don't want to wake up today and do this?
No, that's not even that. It's just like, I go out and, like, I'm not even on front. I had when I went to Live for Life, bro, I had the lowest amount of self-confidence, bro. I walked in that building. The building is a bank, bro. I already knew it was depressing.
Yeah.
I walked in there, I was like, oh no. I'm like, this don't look too good. And that entire 2 years that I was there, I was just like, I was just starting to chill on my lonesome until like I met my squad. But like, I was just pretty much just on my own. I wasn't really talking to a lot of new people. Like, unless you said something to me, I wasn't gonna say nothing. And then like, I'm like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, everybody coming up in here in Gucci belts and stuff, and I'm coming up in here with some red jeans.
Yeah, it'd be like that. I'm not gonna lie though. I kind of did underestimate you, but I'm glad we, re-met because you are like really dope. Like this whole when I was just looking over your Instagram earlier, I'm like,
okay,
wow. I'm big on networking, so I should have tapped in with you a long time ago. But I'm glad you
because I just be doing my thing. Like, you know how you wake up in the morning and you just be like, man, I feel good. Like, you put on your best fit. You put on your best fit. Like, you put on your best fit. You put on a cologne. You put on all that junk. And you just step outside and you feel like you $1 million.
Yeah,
and then just like that one day, you just be like, all right, bro, it looks like it sweats today then. Like,
yeah, I'm big on sweats.
Throw on the joggers.
Man, I just throw on
the joggers.
I just throw on some jeans at that point. Jeans is just my go-to at this point. Unless like I really want to.
I ain't gonna lie.
It sweats in the winter and it's jeans for the rest of the year.
I absolutely hate jeans. Like, I don't like jeans. But I mean, I do wake up feeling good every day.
Hey.
Especially when you leave the barbershop when I get my hair done.
That's why they call it a new vibe.
New vibe, always. We always gonna vibe around here.
Hey.
Always.
You gotta think of it too. Sweats is just easy. Wake up, put that on. Jeans, you gotta go to the closet.
Yes, sir.
Put it there.
You gotta go to the closet.
Jeans
is no
is
work.
just so thick and uncomfortable.
Because with me, I can never, I don't understand how people can wear skinny jeans or like tight jeans. I'm like, for me, I wear
skinny jeans all day.
I mean, my stuff be baggy most of the time, and that's how.
But it's like when I'm feeling good. Like when I'm feeling good, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go to the closet and throw that drip on. Say when I'm feeling lazy, don't want to go to school. Let me get these jeans.
Right. Some of the jeans just like my go-to. Most of the time, it just be like, all right, baggy clothes today. It is then.
Somebody said, me too. I hate jeans too.
Damn, bro, that's wild.
So we're not the only people.
Yep.
So let's get into your school life because I'm a senior, you a senior. So how is you, you know what I'm saying, trying to prepare that road, you know what I'm saying, to go off, you know what I'm saying, to your future?
School life.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm having it hard, man. These 2 months been kicking my butt.
I'm not even gonna front, man. Being a senior is difficult because, no, in my opinion, your junior and your senior year is the most difficult years.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Because you have to focus so much on going into colleges, you have to focus on applying for scholarships and all that stuff, and it's so time consuming because
I hate it bad.
even for me, because like I started late on like applying for scholarships because I wasn't really doing it in my junior year.
Yeah, always start early.
But like when my senior year here and I'm like applying for scholarships and stuff, I'm like, my God, so many. You know,
then those numbers come up with that money.
Man, there was times I was sitting in front of the computer for like 3.5 hours just applying for scholarships. I was like, my God.
It's long. It's a long process.
It's a long process. Even applying for colleges too. Like.
But the only thing, well, not the only thing, but the good thing about scholarships is that they give out scholarships for almost everything, for being black, for curly hair.
Man, you can jump the trash can good. Here you go, scholarship.
Yeah,
bro,
like you just gotta really like.
There was literally a scholarship where it just said, "Show me a video, send a video of you just skateboarding." I said,
for real?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm like,
scholarship for
that skateboard.
I'm like, hold on, why is it so easy? But then I got smacked with the ones that it was like, hey, you gotta like her. No, there was a topic that I really liked in this scholarship where they was like, we need you to give us a 1-page essay on how would you survive a zombie apocalypse in your school. I said, y'all just gave me a match and
Free
some
money.
gas. Cause I'm like, I'm about
free money.
Literally.
Free money.
And I just clowned the entire essay. Like, so far, I've only been, knowing this about to wrap up my senior year, I've only been accepted into 2 colleges.
One for me.
So, I need to get, so I even talked, because I even said.
They're going to come literally at the,
Yeah.
like, I was discouraged for a long time because I had, like, acceptance letters, a few, but they start really rolling, like, at the end, like, around April, May. They gonna roll in.
Because I'm telling
patient.
you, because I sat there, I was like, man. I'm like, hey, And then one of the colleges, they sent me like a scholarship, mad money. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was just chilling in my room. My mom was like, hey, bro, check your email. I went in my email. They sent me, oh, I was hooping and hollering. I was like, ain't no way.
Sometimes you have to, it's like applying for college is like applying for a job. Sometimes you have to actually call them, ask, like, you know, check on the application status for the school. And, you know, sometimes they forget or they, you know, may miss and say, oh, I already tried to call you and
you missed my call.
The whole time you never got a call.
Cause
so
I'm not even
you kind of got to check on it by yourself, like actually call up there to the colleges, but they don't come.
I've been to, ever since I was a little kid, I was part of St. Paul Saturday's mentoring program. And I think every few months or so, we would go on a college tour trip. Mm-hmm. And we'll visit like 3 to 4 colleges. Like, obviously, we'll still go out and have fun, because, I mean, we out of town. Yeah. But we went to a lot of colleges, and at the time, as a little kid, I didn't really trip off.
No, it's just a vacation.
I'm like, this is for the bigger kids. Mm-hmm. But now, when I go on these college trips, I'm like, all right, taking notes, all this stuff, putting folders away and stuff. I'm like, all right, it's this one. All right, this one got what I want. And I'm just like, holy crap, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dear God. I was like, but hey, it's worth it in the end. It's worth it in the end.
So I got a question about, you know, so have you ever got like a scholarship outside of town, like, dang, I don't want to leave STL.
I got
at the same time, I got to think about it.
I got a scholarship from Pine Bluff in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So they really pushing for me to join, because I went up there a couple months ago and I did a tour up there. And I've been up there before when I was a little kid, but like I remembered it when I got off. I was like, okay, now everything is important now. And they was like, they saw, because I'm going to keep it a buck. My GPA, because over the years I've been doing so many things, like my GPA don't balance out to how smart I am, because when I put pen to paper, I get work done.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, oh yeah, I average like around like a 2.0 or something like that. Even though that's not what most colleges look for, but I have so many things that I've done over the years that will balance out the fact that, oh, well, he may not have this GPA that we're asking for, but it's a reason why he has this because of all of these things that he's doing. Because, I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I've tried out for almost every sport besides football. In my opinion, I would have been a damn good quarterback. I got a good arm.
Now, I play football. I'm a wide receiver all day.
I could have did that too. I'm fast, but like eventually, I only tried out for a certain amount of sports, and my mom didn't want to try football because it takes so much time and stuff like that.
I feel you on like me. Just like that was kind of me. Like I did so much stuff with like internships, different type of programs on the weekend for like, you know, extra college credits, like OMSU, did stuff like that. You know, dual enrollment, some stuff that you were doing, and it's like in school, I kind of just. I was very smart, but I kind of just did work just to get me by. You know, because of all the other stuff that I had, all the distractions and extra curriculars that I was doing on weekends and
it's so many
outside
things.
Of school. Yeah, so I get exactly what you said. And I feel you on that.
Because even when I was on, because another reason why I struggled so much when I was up at Live for Life, I was on the swim team. So I had to swim Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I had to swim at night. Then I had to swim in the morning. And then I had to come to school. So, double times the amount of chlorine is not good. Plus, it makes you hella sleepy. And your body be sore. So, that's another reason why I was like, I had to drop out of swimming, because I couldn't focus on my schoolwork. And my mom was always telling me, you got to get your grades up, you got to do this. But I'm like, you realize I do so many things outside of school. Like, if you really want me to focus on school, then I just got to drop the things that I do outside of school. So I had to do so. And eventually I got my grades back up, but eventually I found out a way how to balance, how to do my schoolwork, and then also literally do my stuff.
That's exactly how it is. School is first. Put school first, because like you said, I mean, there is a lot of things that they can look at and say, okay, well, maybe he had this GPA because of what he do on the side, but at the end of the day, enrolling in colleges is instant. They are instantly going to look at your GPA and where to place you, and that's kind of based off if you can get in or not. You have to have a certain type of GPA. So a 2.0, you're probably looking at a little low college.
A little low college.
Bump it up.
Most definitely.
Like
that's
balance, like you said, keep that balance, but focus more on school. You know, with you being a senior is very important.
It's very important.
school. So.
Like, you can't even be 50-50. You gotta be like 60,
Yeah.
40, 70,
Yeah.
30.
All in or nothing.
Right.
Honestly, if you want to be
Not even
real.
that.
All
You just
in
gotta
or
be
nothing.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that.
So you ready for the topic?
Yeah, what's up? What's the topic?
Self-care.
Self-care?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, self-care. So, like, let's see, if we talking about, like, self-care, we talking about, like, mental health, physical health, stuff like that. I say, in my opinion, mental health is the one thing that you should pay attention to most when it comes to self-care, because your mental is how your body reacts. Because, like, it's like the nerves in your body. It sends a message to your brain tells you what your body needs to do, like how I'm moving. So mental health is like, yo, keep a positive attitude, cut off people that don't bring the positivity along with you. And sometimes you'll be trapped in such a toxic, how do I say, such in a toxic area, and you don't know how to leave because you're always going to get pulled back. But when you do leave, you feel like you have nothing.
Right.
Because you're so used to that toxic state and everybody was there. When you leave, it's just like you're alone. You're on your free will. But like at the same time, you're like, all right, so what's next for me? And that's where it comes to you have to make your own decisions for yourself.
Always.
And you have to start doing things on your own because you can't always depend on people.
You gotta put yourself first.
That's something that I had to learn, you know. No one can tell you exactly how to feel. No one can decide for you. Only you know, what's the best decision to make for yourself.
Right.
They can tell you all day. You can take it into consideration, but you make that one wrong move, and it's because of what you listen to.
Yeah.
So always listen to yourself. And another thing, I'm big on mental health, and positive energy. I try and stay positive all the time because it's like sometimes negative energy that some people give off can reflect on yourself, and I'm real big on I hate negative energy. So like I do little stuff like sometimes sometimes when I'm at work or if I'm having a bad day, like not sometimes but like when I'm at work I kinda like I put a paper, like I'm big on writing down stuff because I love writing.
Yeah.
So I put a paper and I taped it to my desk and I write like, have a better day than yesterday, or like don't forget to smile today,
Right.
stuff like that, just so I can, keep reminded of it. No matter if I come in mad and upset and I can look right at it and just be that. That's just a strategy I use though. But I'm real big on mental health, keeping positive energy, not letting others reflect off yours, just keep pushing. So yeah.
Don't really fall into nobody's circle, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's alright to be by yourself, and I had to learn that, going to high school, because I always hang around with clique. And then once we spread, so I was kind of in dark space, but I had to learn. Always depend on yourself, because if you're not there for yourself, ain't nobody going to be there for you.
Exactly.
Always be there for yourself, like, even when you feel like you can't do it, you just got to keep pushing. Always be there for yourself, because when you have nobody, you got yourself always.
That's true.
You are, you came in this world by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself. So.
Cause like you said, everybody has their own clique. So everybody have their own little friend group, and sometimes it'll be the best friend group for a while, and then everything will change. It won't even change drastically. It'll slowly change, and you won't even see it until
it's just like come out the blue like this.
Right, and then next thing you know, you like, what happened? What happened to us? What happened to how we worked?
But was it meant to be?
But was it worth it in the end? And eventually, I had my clique. Known these people for like 4+ years. Basically, like people I qualified as like my brothers. I'm not even gonna front. God showed me that they wasn't really my brothers.
You ain't lying.
Because I'm normal. It's
set you up, spit in your face.
Right, and I was just like, and eventually when I was departed from them, I was kind of like lost because I was like, that was in my mind. I was like, that was the only friends that I had.
I can't find nobody else.
But then I was like, oh yeah, I have a bunch of other friends, but those are the people that I really talk with, hang out
like
the most.
This.
Yeah, like this. And eventually I ended up talking to my best friend. Bro, after I talked on the phone with her for hours, bro, I felt so much better.
Yeah,
it was so much change. So many things changed.
Yeah, and I'm big on that. Like, I know exactly what it is you're talking about. Like, I just want to say friendship heartbreaks are real. You have a a big impact on people's lives, especially mine now, because that's dope. I really can't wait to make a keychain. I wish you would have bought the
on me. I didn't even.
I
rolled over here on my board and I was like, all right, I'm finna do this.
Oh yeah, he did roll on his skateboard.
And he ride this man ride on a skateboard. Like
A
what?
skateboard, y'all.
Ride on a skateboard.
A
Like, come on.
skateboard.
Man,
This
look,
man is dope.
look.
And the wheels is clean. Like,
Yeah, I just cleaned out the wheels last night.
Like,
It
and
look like
you
you just
clean
got
up your
these too.
wheels? Like, who
Yeah,
does?
so like when
I wouldn't
I was up in LA, my aunt got this for me.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So I just
I like that.
I always be cleaning off my boards and stuff.
But you get a lot of fresh air. And it's been
yeah.
feeling good outside.
It's been
so you
feeling real good outside.
that
So
you
I'm
been
most definitely
cruising
finna skate this
and
morning.
moving. Yeah, that's what's up though. But just never stop doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Yes, sir.
You have any
motivate others.
handlebars?
Handlebars?
Yeah, like Instagram bars.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, drop your Instagram.
Well, I mean, if you talking about my main, then we just talking about like
social medias.
oh,
Just
social
drop
media
yours.
just in general. Oh,
Yeah.
but then just like pass.yoyo. That's my main one. And then if
Wow.
you just want to follow my art page, it's literally just past arts with a Z.
Alright,
That's
what
it.
about the Keychain's
Oh,
Instagram?
Keychain Carnival is just Keychain Carnival with a K, not with a C, because
Mhm.
people get that confused. It's with a K.
Alright.
Okay, so I mean, I'm Heavenly 2 times.
I'm Baby T Rizzle.
And I'm Kaionta.
And we had, we're gonna close this podcast out with No Adults Allowed. Don't forget to shop the merch. We have t-shirts.
Yes, sir.
We have keychains. We have more merch coming soon. Just we're not gonna drop that yet because it's exclusive.
We got some
But-
pressure coming, so shh.
Yes, real deal pressure.
Make sure y'all get your pink
Make
shirts,
sure.
you know what I'm saying, for March, you know what I'm saying? Happy Women's History Month. I think it's that. Something like that.
Yeah, it's
But make sure you just get your shirt. As long as it's pink, right?
Hey.
Y'all get the memo.
Y'all get the
Don't
point.
jump on my head.
Follow me on Instagram, Heavenly 2 times. That's my main. That's all. I'm always on Instagram. I'm on Instagram.
Follow her on TikTok too,
Okay,
y'all.
TikTok. Don't forget me on TikTok. Heavenly 2 times at TikTok too. And we out.
Follow me on
Yeah.
Baby T Rizzle, y'all. Y'all know
Yeah.
how we like it. We out. You dig, you dig.